Welcome back, everybody. How's everyone doing? For me, it's beautiful, right? 60 degrees on Sunday. Granted, there's not a lot of places to go, but I was able to go out on the golf course and do some damage. And when I say damage, I don't mean damage in a good way. Damage in a lot of dirt being thrown all over the golf course. So definitely need to work on my golf game. But now it's bourbon time, right? So with bourbon time, I'm a little sore. So hopefully, I got two different bourbons here. This may actually work out in my favor. All right, we'll see how it goes. So what are we reviewing today? All right. So for me, I always kind of sit back, right, and I think about like when I walk into a liquor store, I think about different bourbons I want to buy, ones I've had before, and I'm like, hey, well, which one's better, right? So these two bourbons, this is almost like the battle of the 10 years, right? So on my left, you're right. We have Henry McKenna, 10-year, right? Won a whole bunch of awards, right? So you can't beat Henry McKenna. Aged 10 years, made by Heaven Hill. And I actually just reviewed this, it was a while ago, episode 23. So check that out. See the link up above. So it's episode 23. And that was a buy, right? But then I also reviewed, now way back when I first started into this bourbon game, well, at least from a video standpoint, not drinking bourbon, episode 2, I reviewed Eagle Rare, which is also a 10-year aged bourbon. This one made by Buffalo Trace, right? So two big boys in the game, right? Heaven Hill versus Buffalo Trace. Who's better, right? 10 years, right? So they're both very similar, right? So I think about when I'm in a liquor store, I think, hey, these are two bourbons that I like them both, but which one's better? I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are probably thinking it right as well. So let's go ahead and see. The only key difference, other than them both being aged 10 years, and obviously, who makes them and so forth, Eagle Rare is actually 90 proof, right? So, and then you have Heaven Hill. This is actually a bottled in bond, but it's aged, it's aged 10 years, but it's 100 proof, right? So you got 90 proof versus 100 proof, right? And then the only difference, obviously, again, with being bottled in bond, some stricter restrictions in terms of like when the bourbon is made, it has to all be made within the same like bourbon calendar year, if you will. And then obviously in the government controlled warehouse, right? But it's still aged 10 years, even though the minimum for bottled in bond is 4 years. All right, so let's go ahead and pour these bad boys. All right, let's go ahead and pour the lovely Henry McKenna. There we go, Henry. As you can tell, I really like this one. Look at that one. All right, I got to refill this bottle pretty soon, right? And let's go ahead and pour Eagle Rare. I think the only other thing I'll add about these two, they're both actually low rye mash bill. So they're normal bourbons, right? But the rye content is really, really low. Like this one, I believe, is less than 10%. And I think this one here is like 12%. And then it has malted barley in it as well, right? So they're both very similar. So if you're like me, like, hey, I need to replenish my bourbon supply. Which one am I going to replenish sooner than later? All right, well, beautiful bottles. Let's kind of design-wise, I'm going with Eagle Rare all day long. It looks beautiful. I mean, look at that. That's like a keepsake, right? I've seen people make lamps out of this bottle. It's just beautiful. Henry McKenna, not really. It's all right. It's okay. Green label. It's all right. All right. Let's go ahead and try this. Let's see. All right, folks. Color-wise, let's get these both at the same time. Color, very similar. That beautiful amber. Nice, like a nice dark caramel-looking brown. Just beautiful. Very nice. All right. Let's get into the nose. So with McKenna, very nice. Lots of traditional bourbon. So bourbon from the nose standpoint. So your caramels, some oak from the barrel process, some spice, a little bit of spice, not a ton. And even getting like little hints of like cinnamon as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and try this one. Okay, so it's funny, in the finish, very smooth all the way through. In the finish, I actually taste that rye. That was like the last thing that kind of just like stayed there. But in the actual, from the majority of it, like kind of going around in my mouth, very traditional bourbon, right? Brown sugars, caramel, a little bit of vanilla, some of the oak from the barrel process, right? The aging process. You get a little bit more. Let's just finish this off. Wow, that is pretty darn good. I gotta give it to Henry McKenna. Great job, Heaven Hill. All right, that's a good one. Again, these are both buys. It's just which one is the better buy. Get a little sip of water just to kind of cleanse the palate. All right, there we go. All right, well, Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace, they do such a great job with their bourbons. I mean, the attention to detail. You rarely ever have a bottle that's bad from Buffalo Trace. I mean, they're always great quality, great, just great overall, honestly, right? Very nice on the nose. Not as much, like this one stands out a little bit better from a nose standpoint, more of the traditional caramel, the brown sugar, a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of that leather also. That one stands out more in the Henry McKenna. So if I had to pick from a nose standpoint, I'm going Henry McKenna. But let's go ahead and just get into the nose a little bit more. Very soft and elegant. Similar to this from a nose standpoint, but just not as bold, right? Not as flavorful. But let's go ahead and get into it because the best part about bourbon is sipping it. Okay. So at 90 proof, a little bit less. I mean, you get all the same from a palate standpoint, very similar, but a little bit more on the caramel, a little bit more honey. It's a little bit lighter, right? Eagle Rare is really, really good, but it's a little bit on the lighter from a palate standpoint, which makes sense. 90 proof, 100 proof, right? But, you know, they're both good bourbons. And again, after that deal on the golf course, I have to finish this bourbon. I have to, I'm sorry. Cheers. Okay. So again, this one stands out a little bit more from like the caramel and vanilla, not as much brown sugar as that one has. Very nice though, very nice, smooth, goes down super easy, great quality. They're both really, really good quality. But you guys know me, right? I'm here to give a judgment, and I have to give you an honest judgment. Both are buys, but if I have to buy the first one, I guess like when I go into the liquor store to replenish my these two liquor cabinets, or really I should call them bourbon cabinets because that's all it's filled with bourbon. Which one am I going to replenish first? The judgment is in. Henry McKenna. It's just so much more better, well-rounded. This is very, very nice, don't get me wrong. Love Eagle Rare all day, every day. But when I think about, you know, they're both at the same price point, again, right? They're both about $30 to $40. This is actually about $40. This is like in the mid-30s. This is just an overall better, well-rounded bourbon, right? Nice quality. Silky smooth, a little bit of a kick at the end there, right, with that rye that you kind of taste just a little bit, but very, very great quality. And for me, I like a slightly more of a stronger bourbon from a higher proof standpoint, so this one kind of resonates a little bit better with me. All day, every day, again, both great bourbons, but I'm going to Henry McKenna for today. Hey folks, thank you always for watching. Appreciate you guys watching the videos, the guys and gals out there. Be safe during this time of craziness. Drink some good bourbon, and most important, talk to you soon. See you guys. Peace.